Good morning, I'm Lynn and welcome to a glorious day at Ewetopia Farms. Not a cloud in the sky today, and maybe a little bit cooler in that the humidity has broken a bit. So today, because it's nice, Arnie's going to be cutting hay again, and I'm going to be going through the barns, seeing how Knockout's making out in his new group. And we had a few group changes yesterday, so I got to check everybody out to make sure they've all settled in well. And I think we'll talk about the results from the gene DNA testing and whatever else occurs today, because you know there's always something. Anyway, come on, let's get started. I have Arnie beeping his horn at me because that's the type of behavior I get. Really, Arnie? Oh, hi there. Are you hungry? You guys are hungry. Come on. Come on, dogs. This is that small core that we talked about from the wrap bales, because there's not too many rams in here, so it actually is working out handy to give them the little small chunk each time. That way they can clean it up and get some nicer hay in here. Hi Scotty, we'll get your food in a minute. Every day it seems I get about that many zucchinis. We got two big ones there and a medium-sized one. But today is the day I'm going to try the zucchini lasagna using the zucchini as noodles. We'll see how that turns out. Arnie's heading out with the mower now, and I'm going to do morning chores. We've got another 2-day window. You need 2 days of good weather to get the wrapped hay in. It feels strange coming here and not having Knockout greeting me. This was his pen, but no one's in here now. Hi boys! How are all you guys doing? Hi Cash. Hi sweetheart. You are a beauty. You are. Hi guys. Sitting by the fan. It's their favorite spot. Would you like to see yourself? You're so handsome. Okay, here we are. And there he is. Hi. How you doing in this pen? Hey? Is it a good place to be? Yeah, you're still friendly. I see that. Can I reach your back? Here. Oh, you gotta check them out because I'm here. Hi. Oh yeah. There we go. We can't stop the daily rubbing. Oh yes. He's got a lot of wool. I'd love to take the scissors and get that off. You're a funny boy. Well, at least he's got company. He did show no signs of illness whatsoever. And one thing about Knockout, when he got shipped, his owner gave him a shot of antibiotics as he got onto the trailer as a preventative in case he came down with something. And he's never missed a beat, so that's what we want to see. This is Gladiator's group in here. We got some nice ewes for him. Unrelated. I think we got a few of the famous sheep in here. I think that's Hunchy. Hunchy's here. Hi, Hunchy. Are you gonna be with Glad? Yeah, you are. You're a good girl. And we got Cammie in here too that we know, and Heather's in Glad's group as well. Hi, I see you. Yeah. Actually, this is Heather. Hi, little girl. You are such a good girl. There you are. You are a good girl. You are. Probably will be bringing Glad in here pretty soon. I said August 1st, but since they're sitting here, we may do it a little sooner. Eh? But Arnie wants to get the bars on this side cut out, so he has to have time to work on that. So our Gladiator's got a much bigger head, and he doesn't like putting his head through the bars in case he gets stuck, so he's smart enough for that. But I wouldn't want him to try and get stuck by mistake. So we have to do a few adjustments in here before he comes in. Hi buddy, how you doing? You enjoying your food there? So now the challenge is going to be, is it safe to go in with Knockout when he's in a breeding group? Because until you get to know your rams, you don't know. Some are extremely defensive about their girls once they're in and don't want any animal or any person in their group. So I see that the salt and mineral does not need knocking down today. So I'm gonna go head over to the drinker and clean it out. But I'm gonna walk through the feeder and go out and clean it from when I get up farther. Hey, now we got a sheep-cat battle. Tommy came to visit because he loves the sheep, but this ewe obviously didn't know Tommy, and she tried to hit him. So he started batting her back. There we go. Oh, see, she hit him again. This time he stayed away. The sheep have to get to know them first. Once they know the cats, they tend to love them. But now Tommy's a little leery because of just being... Yeah, he said, don't even think about butting me. Attitude. Or is it catitude? Before you ever go into a breeding group with a ram in it, while you're in there, you gotta always watch where the ram is. So don't turn your back, even if you're confident with him. Just keep that eye on him. Most of our rams don't care too much if you're in there, but occasionally you do get one with an attitude. While we're in here, this is Cracker, and we did get our DNA results back. He's the only one we tested in this barn, and Cracker was an RR, so he's fully scrapie resistant, so that was good news on him. So this barn's changed a bit now too. This is where we were kind of storing Knockout and Gladiator's breeding groups. It's pretty well empty right now. We just have the 6 ewes that we want to build up their condition on. They got really thin after weaning, so we want to keep them in a bigger pen separate so that we can feed them a little heavier and keep a close eye on them. Is that you, Cupcake? Well, I can tell by your little spots on your head it is. Hi. Good morning to you. You're a nice girl. Let's zoom out so we can see you a little better. There. You like to say hello every morning, don't you? Would you like to go out? You guys are okay to go to pasture. Let's open the gate. And here's Buddy to greet you too. That's Buddy over there. Do you want to go see him? That's Buddy. I'll spend some time with these girls if they want to hang around. They might not. Oh, no, they're gonna go off. She's gonna take some time out for a little back scratch. But meanwhile, the rest of them have headed to the pasture. So she won't stay too long. And she is smart enough to know how to get around the gate and to go join her friends. What are you guys doing? You just went out there. Is it fun and games now? I'll have a sit here and see what they want to do, if they want to come over and visit or not. Or is it's a little cooler today. We got a nice cool breeze. I mean, it's hot, but the breeze is making it really nice. And I think they are noticing that. They feel a little better today. These are the fall ewe lambs. They're in really good condition. And I guess we're going to be breeding them. Nobody came to take them, and it's at the point now where we're getting close to breeding season. They'll be in the last group because they're younger, but they'll be a year old when we put a ram in. And they're totally nice ewes. You guys are beautiful. But someone else's loss is our gain, so no big deal. You guys have your own pasture. You're on the other side of the fence. But your gate is open back there. You can go back there. You're just at the wrong gate. I'm going to go over there in a minute, and if necessary, I will show you where the gate is. Hi, everyone. Hi. There you go. Go that way to find the gate. Hi, Chewy. Hi, Chewy. Cupcake's in there, isn't she? I can't believe it. I just turned my back and these guys are coming back again. What are you guys doing coming back already? I don't think you're too hungry. You're a pretty girl. we have to tattoo this group, so I imagine that's gonna start happening shortly. As soon as Arnie's cleared up all the hay, we've got to start tattooing everyone. And these poor girls are up in the front quarter. They are not going to pasture right now. These girls are Sheriff's breeding group, and they'll be going in with him very shortly. So we just want to make sure that everybody's okay in this group. They've been dewormed, and they're getting fed a little more grain to get them in top condition for breeding, and we can keep an eye on them that everyone's healthy and good to go, and then they'll be heading into their breeding groups. And you are a pretty group too. You are. Okay, so now we're in the ram lamb pen, and you're here as always. So we got our DNA results back. We did some DNA testing on a few of these rams, not all of them. We generally don't bother DNA testing any that is a grade that can't be registered. Although this time around, because we had someone interested in 2 of the grades, we did DNA test them. So one of those ones was Cracker, and we've seen Cracker already. He was an RR. Hi, Lambert. So Cracker was a really good news story, because ideally you want your sheep to be RR. Middle of the road is a QR result, and the worst result you can get is a QQ. A QQ means that they're not scrapie resistant. And scrapie is a disease that sheep can get, and they can spread to other animals, including cows and people. So I don't think it's spread by like the air or anything like that. I think it's spread by eating their meat. So the cows got it because people were processing lamb and putting it into cattle feed, which is kind of bizarre because cows are not meat eaters. But when you're buying a pelleted feed, you don't really know what's in it. They take whatever they can get that's cheapest to form into a percentage ration that is suitable for the animal. And what happened was they were processing sheep, and it got into the cow feed, and the cows were coming down with mad cow disease. So there was a mad cow disease outbreak in the United States about 20 years ago, and it was traced back to Canada. And it came, when they traced it farther, they did determine that it came from the feed. Hi, Lambert, I know. We'll get to you in a second. And so a lot of countries in the world are trying to get their countries certified as a scrapie-free country. I believe the UK is. New Zealand may be also. You guys that live there can tell me if that's true or not, if you know that. The United States, I believe, was trying to get certified scrapie-free. I don't believe they're there yet. But again, if you're an American and can tell me that you are a scrapie-free country now, that'd be good to know. Hi, are you smiling? I can see that. We can see you too. So if you're an RR sheep, that means you can't catch any of the strains of scrapie that are around. And if a scrapie outbreak came, that sheep would be immune. It wouldn't get it. And when scrapie does run through a country, how the government responds is that they eradicate all flocks that aren't scrapie resistant, And that's why we test for scrapie, because we don't ever want to be eradicated. So we try to use only RR, which is, like I said, fully resistant to all strains of scrapie, because there are several variations. And then there's the QR version, which are resistant to the most common strains, and they are very unlikely to get it or to spread it on. And if there was an outbreak and you had all QR sheep, your flock would not be eradicated either. But if you had any QQs in the group, they would make you get rid of those, because a QQ is not resistant. So if an outbreak happened, they could catch it. So on our farm, most of our rams are RR nowadays because we're testing for it. But we have a lot of QR rams as well, because inevitably the best rams have always turned out to be the QR ones. And I know there are people I talk to who have been in the sheep industry way longer than we have, who say that eradicating sheep because they're QR is probably not a good idea, because they say although it's associated or linked to scrapie resistance, there's no definitive proof as to what else those genes may be related to, like longevity or some other thing that's positive. And I've heard that in the UK, because they've gotten rid of all the Q gene in their flocks, that they're seeing the quality of the sheep maybe change a little. I don't know if that's true or if that's just people talking, but that's what I've heard. So we will not discriminate against a QR. However, if we can get an equivalent RR ram, then we will choose the RR over the QR anytime. And we did have one QQ ram in our flock. We bought him unknowing that he was a QQ, and that was Snappy. And we couldn't get rid of him because he was a perfect ram and he threw perfect lambs. So we did use him on some of our purebreds, last year especially, because he was getting older, and it's kind of a good thing we did because he passed away this year. But we mainly used him on commercial sheep just so that the QQ wouldn't be such an issue. And there's some snappy rams in here. I'm not sure offhand which ones they are without scanning them. But when we did our testing, the majority of the Suffolk rams here are QR, which didn't surprise me. So I don't know how many purebred Suffolks we have in here. I think 10. And so most of them were QR. One of them was a QQ. And I put a mark on him. Where's our QQ guy? The QQ guy, because he made the keeper group, we're not going to call him out. We'll just sell him to people who don't care about scrapie resistance. And you hate to say it, but we've been selling breeding stock for 23 years now. And I've had people ask me about scrapie resistance maybe 6 times. Most people really just don't care. We care, but most people don't. And that's why Canada is not a scrapie resistant or a scrapie free country. A lot of the purebred breeders, however, do test for it and they're watching it. But the commercial flocks and most people don't really care. Hi, I can see you and I'm trying to talk and you're just trying to steal the show here. So I've marked them anyway. Where is that little guy that's a QQ? He's one of the ones that I put in here at the last minute. He was in from the younger group, and I put a line on his back. Where are you? Oh, there he is. So this guy here, really nice ram, but I marked him with a line. I won't hide things like that from buyers. I'll tell them that he's a QQ. And but he was our QQ ram, and we had one other QQ in the whole group. But anyone who doesn't have a mark on his tail is a QR, because I have the majority of QRs, so I didn't want ink all over everybody. I mean, these green dots on top mean that they're grades, but if they have no markings at all, they are QR. This guy is an RR. Most of the Dorsets are RRs. But for the Suffolks, this guy here with the orange, I put the orange mark on the tail. He's an RR. Anyway, there's 3 RR rams in here. Okay, this guy here is an RR ram. He's from Quincy. He's one of the younger ones that we pulled from the last group. He kind of looks a lot like Kodiak did last year. Hi, buddy. You're an RR? Yeah, you are. You're an RR. It's okay. And this guy here, he's an RR. He's one of the ones that we wanted to show. So we're happy about that. Hey, buddy. Don't run. Why are you guys being... Hi. You're an RR. You are. We're happy about that. Yes. Come here. There you go. There, it's okay. Yeah, you got a little attitude. And there's one more in here. The bad news... Come here. Come here. The bad news is Lambert. Lambert is our other QQ. Oh, Lambert. Lambert, come here. You're such a sweetheart. But I'm pretty sure he was sired by Snappy, which is why he's such a beautiful ram. There we go. Get him out. But of course, when the test came back, Lambert was QQ. So that was my saddest result. Yeah, we don't want you to be a QQ. You're still lovely though. So he'll be looking for a farm around here. The only thing that the QQ is going to do bad for him is that he can't go to the United States. So I guess the other bad news is that Lamborghini is a QR. It's not terrible news, but we were really hoping that he would be an RR. But he is a QR. Well, I think I'm going to call that a day. I got some zucchini lasagna to try make. And cutting the zucchini in noodle-sized strips is proving to be very difficult. Anyway, hope you enjoyed your time here. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.